Okay, we're here with Adam right now, and you did Killer Across the Street,
That's correct.
which is like in our retro. So it's always fun talking to some retro people. Got a couple of people so far. I'm like, we've done this before.
Yeah, we have a few times.
Few times. And it's always fun doing it. And so I just thought, you know what? It's our 10-year anniversary. Let's do something different. So this is what I came up with. I don't know. So just maybe because Saturday nights we always have like the student films and like a horror set, and then Tommy usually has like a party going on both floors.
Yeah, that's the one thing. It's like you can't quite hear the movies exactly.
Yeah.
The top floor is usually pretty good, and
Yeah,
me, I'm obviously look like I know Christian's going to be there with Let's Play Dead Girl. I know Clawberg. What's
Yeah.
Clawberg going to be there? Mark Clawberg.
he has the last visit.
Last visit.
So now, so we have some like a lot of people that had a lot of films. Like it's a lot of random choices that people haven't seen in a while.
True, true.
And these sets are like, look at something on me there. These sets are crazy because everyone won an award. So they're really, really good. And then the horror set's wacky too. So but it's just
I'm curious how the box is going to flow actually, because it seems like you have such like a cavalcade of different kinds of films.
Yeah.
So I'm curious what the flow is going to be.
Unfortunately, we can't watch them all because it'll be upstairs and downstairs at the same time.
True.
But it's just something different. I'm like, and then I want to bring filmmakers back over the 10 years and that haven't been here for a while. Some, and I tried to get some. There's a couple from LA, and I was out in LA visiting. I was like, man, it'd be cool if you missed it because of like the pandemic times. Yeah. Be really cool. Well, I saw them anyway out there. Which was cool to go visit them. But and I was like, oh, it'd be cool if you guys could make it, here and we could screen it again and kind of be like, oh yeah, we didn't come last time, but now we're here. But It's hard.
And you actually do have like I'm guessing some films from like literally from the 10-year mark.
Yeah.
Screen.
I went back pretty far on some.
Nice. Very nice.
So but it's just a good mix. And like I kind of wasn't sure what to do, so then I was like, I asked a few filmmakers that I knew that like, oh, this would be cool, and then I was like, oh, I'm not sure. I'll just post something and see if people will put it in and want to come, and we got a cool variety of people. And then as soon as I did that, everyone was like, oh, mine, and I'm like, I ran out of room. I only have like 2-hour blocks is all I got. It's about 4 blocks, almost 2 hours for each block. That's how crazy.
Excellent. Love to hear it. Love to hear it.
But the cool thing is I'm trying to get some advertisements out there of like, how can we get people that maybe haven't seen these? Check these out. And like, not just one film's going to be good, but there's a lot of good ones.
There is
a lot of good ones. So feel like maybe it's like a step up, like we're at a Dances with Films and something like that. Every movie's like, what? Oh, cool. But it's a good mix too. It's a good mix. So you'll be laughing, you'll be crying, you'll be like, oh crap. So
what the hell did I just watch?
And the funny thing is, that is your movie.
Yeah, what the hell did I just watch?
Oh, I mean, all the other mixture, comedy, horror, comedy.
Did I ever tell you, like, I think it was, I forget, it might have been Golden Door or something, but like during Killer, this is one of the weirder screens we ever had. One old man scoffed at me after the movie ended. He was what depraved nonsense did you just show me?
I guess he wasn't I guess he wasn't a Burbs fan.
No, his loss.
His loss. The movie was amazing.
Thanks.
Yeah. So and then so your film gets to play a little bit, maybe even some other festivals coming up again.
Knock on wood, man. Knock on wood. I'm still waiting back here from a few. My other short, Don't Eat Dead Fish, is just wrapping up its circuit. So hopefully by early next year, you're gonna see a YouTube drop and you get to watch it for free. In that case, Killer, no man, you brought it back. You brought Killer back from the dead, literally.
Yeah, I thought it'd be cool.
Thanks, man. It's
And
of the three, and look, I'm very proud of the work we've done. The work Bob and I have done.
mhm.
Killer is the one that can go back and watch the most. I just think I don't know if it's my best, but it's my favorite. That's
Yeah,
how I
yeah.
put it. It's my favorite of the three.
It's a fun movie and well acted and funny and dark, and it's got all different aspects.
It's the kind of movie that I would literally just watch casually myself. It aligns with my taste. Like, it's literally the kind of film that if somebody came to me and said, "Hey, make any kind of movie you want," that's the kind of movie I want to make. So
Absolutely. Yeah. And it resonates with a lot of people, but I think it'd be cool that people that have not seen it, that might be in the audience who have not seen it. So,
so if you haven't seen, please come. I can guarantee you a lot of things. You will not be bored. You'll not be bored watching Killer. You'll be engaged the entire time because the thing does not let up.
and then to have all the filmmakers from the films there, it's going to be awesome. Just like seeing people and be like, "Oh, I remember who you are."
Oh yeah, hey, I remember that, and I was at your block, and shit, man, how you been? I've never really been a part of like now I feel old because I've never this is the first reunion show it feels like I've ever done.
Yeah.
But no, I'm curious to just see everybody. It's good because there is such a community in North Jersey, for this circuit that we've all kind of come up together. So it's going to be cool to kind of be in the same room again.
Yeah, and people were like, "Just why don't you call it the best of? Because we do best of sometimes." I go, but we have 10 years, 19 seasons, and we give 25 awards or more.
They're about.
So there's a lot out there. So it's not the best overall. It's a reunion of some of them. And so that's why I wanted to be different and say, "Oh, it's a reunion show." So,
yeah, man.
It's just my brain was like, I got to do something different. And we got shirts for the first time ever in 19 seasons. So we got some shirts.
That's great. I've seen them too. The designs, pretty solid.
And it's a good shirt. So I paid like top dollar. So there's no profit. It's just, here you go. You wanted this? We'll bring you.
Links in the description.
And if I have to order more, I even talked to them today. They're like, "Yeah, it's still going to cost that much, but the print's there. So if you want more, but you have to order a certain amount." I'm like, "I know, I will if people want them, but I don't want to get stuck." The old fest that I used to run a while back, we used to always get stuck with shirts.
That makes sense. It's you always end up with more swag because people either come or they go as they choose. I got Dead Fish is playing in Maryland, first weekend in September, and I'm trying to get out there, but there's no guarantee. So I might just, hopefully I'll just plug the festival as much as I can in the interim. Hey, guys, cool. Please come. And, again, like I said, and then I'm really looking forward to Brightside again and playing there because always the crowd's great. The crowd's always electric, especially for the films that I've seen that I know they're in the block. Everybody's engaged, and there's nothing better than sitting in a theater, or in this case, the upstairs of a bar. 6 of one, half a dozen.
Yeah,
with just a bunch of people that are just engaged, and it's electric, and they're hooting and hollering, and they're laughing, and I hate shows where people are just kind of sitting on their hands, kind of.
I've seen a lot of festivals this summer where there's 4 people in the audience in these sets, and that just upsets me. And the reason why I hang on to the Bright Side is because I'd like to pack it as best as I can. So I do things like this to try to get people to come. And there are some sets that are quiet, but that last March one, you couldn't sit. It was standing room only every single set. It was nuts. And I was Chris had COVID, so I was by myself, and I didn't know what to do.
Hey man, a situation like that, if I'm off, call me.
Yeah, it was.
I won't know what I'm doing, but I'll figure it out.
A lot of filmmakers are just helping with things like we still try to do the Q&As, and I'm running upstairs and downstairs and at the door. So like other filmmakers were like, I'll do the Q&A. I'm like, great, you do it. And then people were helping me at the award show. It was funny. It was really funny. But I was exhausted. So like for 2 days, and everyone knows I was going crazy for 2 days. So like I was at the end of it, right before the awards. I'm like, can someone get me a brew? Please.
Just have like somebody acting as a PA, just going back and forth in the bar.
And not even for just to have that. Just I needed water or something. Didn't matter. But it was fun. It was fun. So I would love to do it again.
Yeah, just keep doing it.
Just keep doing it. Just keep doing it. But it'll be a lot of fun. I'm excited for it. But it's coming up too quick. So.
Yeah, one more, like not this weekend, but next weekend.
Yeah,
it's gonna be right here, and it's gonna be fun. I'm really, like I said, just looking forward to it. Hopefully, I'm gonna reach out to my folks, see if they can come. I know, unfortunately, Wally's, he moved out of state.
Oh, did he?
He did.
He's LA? Is he in LA?
Massachusetts.
Oh.
He's got him a couple kids, wonderful wife, wonderful little family going. I miss him. I saw him at Golden Door. Yeah. I saw Wally at Golden Door, and it was great to catch up with him.
It's hard to act up there, but there is acting up there. There's SAG. There's Walking Dead filming up there right now.
Yeah, he just wrote a movie with Paul Reiser that just came out. I forget what it's called, but yeah, the guy's been proactive, and I'm really happy for him. And I wish he was coming out for this, but any chance I got to see him, and any chance to anybody within the sound of my voice, Wally Marzano-Levinovich, wonderful, funny as hell actor, if he's still looking for it, and also incredibly talented writer.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of people there in the industry, and like people that came here first and put their film in, and this film is playing, but they're like on to bigger and better things, but they're still coming. So who knows? I have a feeling for some reason that this fest with the filmmakers, a lot of people are going to meet, talk, and work together.
That's my hope. That again, it's all one big team, right?
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
So, and that's the best feeling when people work together and then they come back and be like, "Oh, look what we did together." I'm like, "Really? Holy crap!" So that's what we're looking forward to. So we go way back. Why don't you talk a little bit about the film and how did you come up with it?
How did I come up with it? I'm gonna ruin it for so many people, but you did bring up the Burbs, so fuck it.
Yeah.
It was right after I did my first film, Posthumously Yours. You're kind of in that like after movie rut, you're trying to figure out what you're going to do, and I had the worst bout of insomnia you can imagine. So, when you have insomnia, you go over to your DVD shelf and you pull off random disc, throw it in the player, and you hope that puts you to sleep. Only this time at about 4:00 in the morning, I picked The Burbs. Tom Hanks, Carrie Fisher, Bruce Dern. And I'm watching it.
Corey Feldman, who's all over the place right now with his band everywhere. I love the guy. I love the guy, but he is getting ripped apart online.
Yeah, that's sad.
But he's doing a tour. Listen, he's doing what he wants to do. He doesn't care. He doesn't care what people think. He's in his own little world. He's playing his music, and you got to give the guy credit because I'm not doing it.
Exactly. He's doing it. Bless him for it, man. And I love me some Corey Feldman.
And everyone's saying, I'm like, oh, I love him. He's great. But really,
come on, man. Like at this point in time, he's done it all. He's seen all. The man's had a life and a half. And
just let him do what he wants to do.
Let him just do what he wants and just show up for it. You know what I mean? Like
he does like his Michael Jackson dance and everything out there, and it's wild. It's wild. I mean, I want to go see the show to be like, wow. But he's kind of a little tone deaf. He's a little tone deaf.
Let him. He seems like he's loving life, which that guy needs to love life.
He has to let him do it. Let him do it. So, but also in the Burbs. Also in the
Burbs. But great. Joe Dante directed. I don't think Spielberg produced that one, but even so, So I'm sitting there and I'm watching the film and I'm just going in the usual, and I hate this kind of discourse of, man, don't make them like they used to. But I'm literally sitting there going like, man, I'd kill to have a movie like this. Just I'm like, wait a minute, I'm a filmmaker. Fuck feeling like what if make it. And I think I wrote the thing in the span of a week.
Wow. Now, what other influences other than the Burbs? Some horror.
Rear Window is the first one that comes to mind. Any and every slacker comedy from the 90s, specifically Mallrats, because that's kind of my go-to.
Mm-hmm.
Little bit of Silence of the Lambs as far as like the garage set piece is concerned. I wanted something a little bit more grotesque looking, like the storage unit in Silence. And that's pretty much it. And then just me. I guess you can say I put a lot of myself and my personality into that script.
Yeah.
And I like to think that though it's a very loving homage to the Burbs. Love that movie. But I like to think that I have enough of me in there that kind of elevates it to its own thing. And it's funny enough because the movie does have a very I'm not going to say what it is, but the movie does have a little bit of a twist at the end.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe those old movies that have the twist, which I used to love.
But the irony was like, look, as far as the twist is concerned, I have to give credit to my my gaffer on the film, Andrew Bernard, who read the first draft of the script, and let's just say he added a line at the end of the film that I think really ties everything together.
No,
and I'm not again.
That was his line.
That was,
I know what line.
It wasn't so much his line. He's like, dude, I love these characters, but like you kind of ruin the logic, and I don't know how I feel. And I'm like, so what you're saying is I need a beat as a release valve. He's like, yeah, exactly. And I literally, as he's standing there over my shoulder, I go on the keyboard. I'm like this. He's like, yeah, like that. And initially, we were going to shoot it both ways. We're going to shoot the original ending and then that line.
No.
And then we did that line first. And then when Wally says the line and Morgan's just a downtrodden reaction at the end of it, I'm just like, guys, we're not doing the other ending. This is perfect. Move on.
That's great. Yeah. Now, did you have a lot more when you filmed and you cut it down? Like, are there scenes that you're like, I wish I kept in, but I cut out?
There's a scene in the very beginning of the film that basically the film is about a paranoid stoner stay-at-home husband who grows suspicious of his next door neighbor, thinking he's all up to all sorts of nonsense. And at the beginning of the film, he's kind of staring out his window as this guy's lugging big heaps of trash to his curb. And there's a scene where like he cooked his wife breakfast, and there was a little bit of back and forth about like eggs and garlic, and it didn't quite coalesce. The dialogue sounded too stagey. And again, I wrote the script so I can determine that doesn't sound good. So we shot the scene out, and it just didn't quite click. So we cut that little small section out.
Mm-hmm.
But everything else pretty much stood in. Like it's not like we cut like major scenes or set pieces. Mm-hmm. But that's it. It was just this little tiny bit of dialogue that I'm like, doesn't quite sound right. And then it was easy enough. Robbie, our editor, just took a pair of scissors, do. Again, Robbie Morose, wonderful editor. Please hire him immediately for your film. I can literally everybody, Chris Ross, Morgan Scott, Matt David, Sibel Damar, who again, can't spoil it, but I think gives my favorite performance in the film, and she's in it for 2 scenes.
Mm-hmm.
And she's just blows everybody off the screen. But she's like what I call a tornado actor, where it's like you just give them the script, you give them like maybe a note, if that, and you just be like, just get out of their way and just let them work, and they're gonna give you magic every single time.
If you ever have the opportunity to get Corey Feldman to do something for you, you got to hand him to that film somehow with the line.
Oh yeah, look, man. I'm a big affinity. I have a big affinity for actors. Like, yeah, I'd love to work with Corey Feldman. Love it. But absolutely, and I could do something special with them too.
Yeah.
Like I have a couple parts that I totally plug them into if given the opportunity.
Absolutely. So, how are you doing on any writing? I know you were writing some stuff.
I have a feature I'm developing, as literally everybody and their mother does. I have 3 shorts that I'm excited about. One of which is probably going to be go in about 6 months.
No.
I'm guessing I'm putting kind of the final touches on that script. Though I do have another one that like I really, 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 really want to do. But the issue is it's gonna cost a lot of money.
Oh yeah.
And look, I'm getting to a point where I have to start kind of I've financed everything myself. I've gone as far as I can. Now I gotta think and start thinking to myself like, hey, the movies are good. You should start to think maybe I can make an actual career out of it.
Yeah.
And that means, going to people and saying, hey, look, man, my product is worth investing in. And that's not always the easiest thing.
Or you could get someone semi-name involved, and then they could help you with the seed and spark and be like, I'm in this movie. Help us out.
Exactly.
And that's how it goes.
That's how it goes. And I get it. And it's right now for me, it's finding the right project. Like I said, I have the next one lined up, but it's it's the one after that, and the one after that, and the one after that. You never stop working.
Never stop working. Yeah, absolutely. I know that if it's not with doing podcast or film fest or teaching film or whatever.
Exactly. Speaking of cheap plug, Speaking Cinema with Andrew Schwartz, I'm on later this week. Little film called Network, which I'm sure nobody has any opinions on whatsoever, and is just a tame, normal film that doesn't inspire any craziness whatsoever. So keep an ear out for that one.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, I saw Andrew when I was out in LA. We had lunch.
I heard. How is he? I speak to him a lot with the phone, but I haven't seen him. Obviously,
he's looking good. He was excited. He loves it out there, and I don't blame him either. No, he seemed very like very happy, and good for him. Good for him.
Man, that took a lot of guts to make that move, and I'm thrilled, and I can't wait to go visit him at some point in the near future.
Yeah. But it was really cool that we had time to get lunch and stuff. I was like, oh, cool, because and it was really cool catching up, and so like last time I went out there, I didn't like see anyone I knew out there, and this time I'm like, I'm gonna try and see people I know out here, and I did, and I want to go back.
Here's the funny thing, because I went out there last year.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to visit. Love to visit, love to go to different places.
Yeah.
I would live if prompted, but I'm an East Coast guy in my soul, dude.
It's hard. Even Kevin would have stayed if
opportunity didn't, but he had to. I think
he had to, yeah.
And look, man, me, I think the world of Kevin Smith, but he always came back. That was always the thing. He always
came back more now than ever.
Yeah, exactly.
Which I was supposed to go to the 4:30 movie, but then I realized I have another fest that day. I had a ticket and everything, and I have a fest that day that I run with Larry. Larry and I run the Jersey City Horror, and it's the same day. I'm like, why, Kevin? Why the same day?
You going this weekend? Vulgarthon?
No, because I've seen all those movies a million times.
So. I'm just more like who he's getting, guest wise.
Yeah,
like I'm curious because
he's doing a Deadpool thing, but it's sold out.
Yeah, I mean, you weren't there for the last Chasing Amy screening, were you?
No, I missed that one.
King Mustafa Obafemi was there. Hooper X.
Yeah,
and I'm glad that he's he's kind of come out of the years of kind of being MIA, and now he's going. It sounds like he's going to be at the theater a bit more. Wonderful guy and a terrific actor, and I'm thrilled that I get to hopefully pick his. Hopefully, if he's there or not, I get knock on wood, I get to pick his brain a little bit more.
Yeah,
no, because Hooper X is probably low key my favorite character that Kev ever created.
Oh wow!
I love. I still like. That's the one clip I'll watch is the Star Wars speech.
Oh, so good.
Yeah, Black Reach.
Yeah, I always thought he was a really good actor. I thought that we'd see more of him.
I think you will. It's it's still early yet. You'll probably see more of him soon.
Well, I'm sure he might pop up in another Kevin Smith one.
Yeah, another guy I'd love to work with. Another guy I would absolutely love to work with.
If they get they're going to get going on the new Stay in Silent Bob. So yay!
If he's shooting in Jersey, this time I'm gonna make it a point. I'm gonna make it a point to be in that movie.
Get on that one, yeah. Get on it, because
I'm getting on it.
I did the one, even though I could only do one day on the 4:30. It was just a great experience.
I'm sure it was, and just to watch Kev work. That's it. I want to just sit there, just stick me in the corner. I'm off camera completely, but just let me watch the guy work for a day.
That was kind of what that was, because we were sitting in the movie theater seats while he was working. So that was it. It was like a show, watching a show. It was great. So I'm disappointed that I can't go to that, but I'll go to whatever next one it is, whatever they show, I'll do that one. But I was like, so I got the ticket right away, and then I was like, the date and the time. But I can't go to all of them. So
believe me, I try.
I went to a lot, and someone who goes to probably more than me is you.
I mean, I said it to the man directly, and I've said to everybody around, you have a guy who's got 30 years experience on you, and you have that kind of access to him. Take advantage and send their learning tree as much as you can. And that's what I intend on doing every time I go there. Just come bear with questions.
Yeah.
And an open mind, not just questions, but an open mind.
Mm-hmm. And he's always been great to me. He's been great to you.
Yes.
So he's got two of us.
Exactly. The two hangers on.
Yeah. I've been there since, oh my God, I like they can't get rid of me since Vulgar. I don't go away.
You don't go away. You just you're still here.
Back. Still around. Maybe not close here or there. Maybe sometimes I am, but I'm still in the vicinity.
Yeah. Still around.
I remember years ago, I saw him, and I was like, I went up to him. We were talking, and he's like, yeah, you're still hanging out with all those guys. I'm like, yeah, dude, I see him all the time. I'm like, yep, all the time. He's like, that's great that I stayed with. You thought it was cool. So, someone back there.
Yeah, my girlfriend's. She's in the kitchen. She says hi.
Oh, hello. I see that.
Yeah, no, she's literally off camera.
Nice, absolutely. Wonderful. But yeah. So, it was great to talk to you for a few minutes. I have another one coming up.
Yeah, I'm sure you're like 5 after me.
Actually, I'm going to the studio tonight.
Awesome.
And Ming and I are gonna go crazy. We're gonna try to sell this thing.
So and again, just keep on doing it. Have fun with Ming tonight, and can't wait to see you next. Not this weekend, but next weekend.
Yeah. So
and I hope that there's a big old crowd for Killer, big old crowd for all the filmmakers.
Yes. It is in. I forget what set it's in. Do you remember? 7.
I just know Saturday.
It's on Saturday, so just everyone come Saturday and watch.
Come Saturday, stay all day, have a couple drinks, eat some good food, watch some good movies.
Absolutely. Well said.
Brightside Tavern, Jersey City, New Jersey.
Great. And then you get to see some old films that are really good for a second time or a first time.
Yeah, preferably first, because boy, do I love fresh meat.
That would be really cool if a lot of people did not see your film. That would be really cool.
Yeah, man.
That were in the audience. So we'll see.